Good morning, everyone. I'm Clara May Garcia Perez.
And I'm Cyril Rusky Hamisulamin.
And I am Claire Piliacuna.
And we are the BSBA 1D.
For today's video, we're gonna tackle the life of St. Augustine and his theory about self and soul.
Augustine of Hippo, or also known as Saint Augustine, was born in 354 in the municipum of Tagaste in the province of Numidia. His mother name is Monica and his father is Perticius. And he has a brother named Novitius and his sister remembered as Perpetua. At the age of 11, Augustine was sent to school of Moderus. There, he became familiar with Latin literature as well as pagan beliefs and practices. He went to Carthage to continue his education in rhetoric, though it was above the financial means of his family at the age of 17. He read Cicero's dialogue Hortenius, which he described as leaving a lasting impression, enkindling in his heart the love of wisdom and a great thirst of truth. It started his interest in philosophy. He began a relationship with a young woman in Carthage, and the woman who gave birth to his son, Adeodatus, which means gift from God. But he ended his relationship with his lover to marry a teenage heiress. He decided to become a Catholic priest, and the marriage did not happen.
Augustine spent 10 years as a Manichaean, but he was never initiate or elect but an auditor, the lowest level in this religious hierarchy. He arrived in Milan and visited Ambrose. He was very much influenced by Ambrose. And when Augustine's father's death, Ambrose adopted Augustine as spiritual son. After converting to Christianity, Augustine turned again his profession as a rhetoric professor in order to devote more time to preaching. He preached around 6,000 to 10,000 sermons when he was alive.
Wow!
In 395, he was made a coadjutor bishop of Hippo and became full bishop shortly thereafter. Hence the name Augustine of Hippo. He believed that as a bishop, it was his job to interpret the work of the Bible. He wrote it on his autobiographical Confessions in 397 to 398. His work, The City of God, was written to console his fellow Christians shortly after the Visigoths had sacked Rome in 410. He worked tirelessly to convince the people of Hippo to convert to Christianity. Though he had left his monastery, he continued to lead a monastic life in the episcopal residence.
All knowledge leads to God, or the self has an immortal soul. That's St. Augustine's theory. St. Augustine was deeply influenced and adopted Plato's view that the self is an immaterial soul, but rational. The soul held the truth and was capable of scientific thinking. His concept of the self was an inner, immaterial I that had self-knowledge and self-awareness. He believed that the human being was both a soul and the body possessed senses such as imagination, memory, reason, and mind, through which the soul experienced the world. He has three aspects, according to St. Augustine. First, it is able to be aware of itself. Second, it recognizes itself as a holistic one. Third, it is aware of its unity. St. Augustine believed that the human being who is both soul and body is meant to tend to higher, divine, and heavenly matters because of his or her capacity to ascend and comprehend truth through the mind. He connected the ascension of the soul with his assertion that everything related to the physical world belongs to physical body, and the person is similar to God as regards to mind and ability, that by ignoring to his or her mind, he or she would lose his or her possibility to reach real lasting happiness. So that's the life of Saint Augustine and his theory about self and soul.
Once again, I'm Cyrus Yohan Sulamin.
And I'm Clara May Garcia Perez.
And I am Claire Villacuna.
And we are the BSBA 1D. Thank you and have a good day.